and entrepreneurs. Today, I have an incredible guest on with me. Her name is Denise Luciani, and she's the owner of Marlin Travel in Brantford. But you know me, I'm going to shift it over to Denise to allow her to introduce herself, and then we'll continue. So Denise, tell my listeners who you are, what you do, and what's your secret sauce, I guess you want to call it.
Oh, well, hello, Rhonda, and hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on today. Wow, that's quite my secret sauce. I would definitely say I'm a passionate soul with a wanderlust heart.
Yeah.
Love to travel. Travel is in my blood. From a very, very young age. I just very passionate about travel. So I am the proud owner of Marlin Travel here in Brantford. I've been in the travel industry for 36 amazing years.
Nice.
Most people have, thank you. Most people have gone through a few careers throughout their life, but fresh out of high school, I jumped into the travel industry and I have remained ever since. So
wow.
Travel is a huge, huge part of my life. Absolutely. It's my happy place for sure.
I guess so. You must have, and you must still see parts of the world that, the normal everyday traveler probably is like, well, that's on my bucket list. Meanwhile, you've already checked it off.
Yes, absolutely. I have traveled to, I think I do have a count. I think I'm at 62 countries right now.
Oh my gosh.
And many countries I've visited several times.
Wow.
Because I love them, or maybe just the opportunity was there. But
yeah,
it's truly a joy to share that with people, to share your experiences. And, traveling these days it's evolved so much from when I got into the business years and years ago. People really want to feel a certain way. They want to experience things. So, so it's evolved a lot, and it's really helpful to work with an agent or with an agency that's been there, that's done that, that's, can offer those tips and tricks and things.
Absolutely.
That really enhance your experience. So I
absolutely
love that. Yes.
I love it. Absolutely. So how Denise and I met is Denise was planning I don't know if it's called an excursion or
we had
a group tour for Jan at Tasty Road Trips. Anyone that wanted to go through her, and then obviously ultimately Denise, to go to Greece. And the moment I saw that, I was like, sign me up. I don't know why, but I'm going. And I have never gone international ever. And it was something that really, I just knew intuitively that I needed to go. I knew intuitively what ports, because I was also on a cruise through Denise, who set it up through Virgin Cruise Line. I knew which ports I didn't necessarily want to get off at, and which was cool. But ultimately, I knew I needed to go to Greece. And from the moment that came out, I messaged you and said, I'm in. Sign me up. I'll take my own cabin. And I'll never forget. And you said, that's great. I need to get a hold of Jan. And that's how you and I met. And I'm telling you, Greece, I remember us having a conversation on Zoom, I believe, before we left for Greece. And I remember you just saying, it's an incredible place to go, to experience the culture, everything. And I never realized the impact that having somebody set this up, like yourself,
right,
and going, and how the details, I didn't have to do anything at all. And you handled everything.
Absolutely. That's the idea of working with a professional travel consultant, right? And we take care of all the little things so that you can just focus on enjoying your vacation. But Greece in particular has always been a favorite of mine. I'm actually heading to Greece on Saturday on an awards trip that's
Oh my
taking
gosh.
place, Greece and Turkey with
Do you need
seaborne
somebody to
cruises.
carry your bags? Because I'm free.
Well, you'd have to talk to my husband. I don't know if he would give it up and let you take his spot, but you could try.
All right, fine. All right.
But yeah, you know what? It is a magical place. It truly is. And those sunsets, they're probably the best in the world, especially around the islands.
Yes.
So yeah, Greece has always been a favorite of mine for sure.
Yeah, there's something for me in particular. There was something like when I stepped on the soil of Athens, I felt this electricity, this excitement, this energy. And honestly, that is where I kind of launched my intuition and how I wanted to help others develop their intuitive side and their intuition.
Yes, I remember you telling that story of you and Jan having your conversation on the ship, and that's a pretty magical place to start. So
it is.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's so much history and culture there from the beginning of time, really. So I think we feel that connection when we land there, and I feel that as well, Rhonda. So that's special.
Amazing. That's amazing. I can't wait to hear about your trip.
Thank
Honestly,
you. Well, follow me. You know me. I'll be
I know
lots as I travel. So
absolutely, and I'll be jealous. I will be the one that says, "Okay, stop. I'm jealous." Something that is coming up for you have seen a lot in your few years. I guess we'll call it a few years of being in the travel agents industry. You have seen a lot of changes.
Every day there are changes in this industry, but some major ones. And of course, COVID was a huge impact on our industry and on me personally. So, but you know, I like a business that's constantly changing. It's exciting. It's interesting. There's always new things to learn. So there's always growth. I think that's what's kept me in this industry for so long.
Yeah.
But like I said, COVID was one of those times that were extremely challenging. And I really was able to dive deep into myself and I mean, it was not fun. It's not a topic I love to talk about, but then I look at how far I came and it's pretty amazing to still have my business and for it to be thriving like it is.
Absolutely.
I learned a lot during COVID.
I bet you did. I bet you did. I know that you've learned a lot through COVID, after COVID. Can you tell my listeners anything that, how do I put that? The myths of the travel agency or the travel industry, I should say, the myths of, you know, some people shop online, right? Some people do that. Oh, I can get a better price online. What's the myths behind this kind of stuff? Because I know I've experienced it, and I'm like, long time ago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually did that.
That's a fantastic question because, you know, there are so many assumptions around our industry and travel agencies in particular. And I think going through COVID, a lot of people learned the exceptional ways that you can work with an agent and be thankful that you had an agent, who has your back. But yes, a lot of people do look online. There's so many ways to book travel. Absolutely. We focus on the clients that want that interaction, right? That want to create that relationship with someone so that we understand what you're looking for and we can best find what suits your needs. And I think that's what makes us unique is we are very good listeners. We have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of experience because we've been there for the most
Yeah.
part. We can't
Yeah.
be everywhere, but we've been to a lot of places, so we can share that knowledge and expertise. So, I mean, that makes us unique for sure. Now, as
Yeah.
far as costs go, there was a time, because I've been around for so long in this industry, but there definitely was a time where, there were different prices for one product, and there might be 10 different prices depending on where you were looking.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way anymore. So
Really?
our industry is very regulated
Okay.
on pricing now. The only
Yep.
difference you're going to see is that agencies now charge professional fees,
Right.
which are extremely warranted, and I 100% back.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like any industry where you have that expertise to share, you're going to charge for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not a lot.
No.
No.
Most agencies don't charge a lot. It's a very small fee.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone charges fees these days, right?
You know what?
I have no problem.
It could easily be. Sorry, my phone is going off here, and I don't know how to shut it off. Remember I said that. I don't know why I can't shut this thing off. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's binging.
It's okay. It's music in the background.
Yeah. Honestly, I wished I could turn it off. I just don't know how. That's not even. Anyway, so getting back to that, I apologize. Getting back to the regulation of the industry, professional fees, and you know what? Even in the online space, you're always going to find something that you're going to think, had I only gone to somebody that knows not only what I am looking for, but knows what they're doing.
Right.
It makes a big difference.
Yes. And to add to that, Rhonda, like, again, I keep going back to COVID, but I'll never forget, clients that were not my clients reaching out and just begging me to help them because they couldn't get through to, on a 7-hour hold with the airline, or they weren't getting a refund, or they just couldn't get answers. And it was such a difficult time. So like I said, now people are seeing the value that we've always brought to the table.
Yeah.
But it's incredible now. I mean, we've definitely never been this busy ever. It's really done me well to have stuck it out.
Good for you.
Kept my business going. We knew after COVID there would be just an influx of people that wanted to see the world again and really needed our assistance and our guidance. So
that's
happy to still be in this amazing industry.
Oh, well, let me tell you, I'm happy you're there too.
Thank you.
Now, through COVID, actually, I don't even know if it was through COVID or when you decided. Can you tell my listeners this incredible program that you help? I don't know if you help others get to their dreams and goals of being a travel consultant, or you know what? You explain it to my listeners because I'm not doing it justice. I just know what it is. But you tell my listeners, if you don't mind, your entrepreneur program.
Absolutely. Well, it did start, like I said, shortly after COVID, when things started to pick up again. We kind of went from one extreme to the next where I just couldn't handle the business coming in. And I always, getting back to that intuition, I always had just this nagging feeling that there was something I needed to do in this business to inspire other people and just dream bigger. And so
I love it. Love it.
Thank you. And you always push, you kind of push it down and it keeps coming back. And finally, I just listened to that intuition. And I said, Denise, you've got to grow your business somehow. And how are we going to do this? Anyways, 8 months later, I now have 25 new agents who work.
What?
Yeah.
25.
Yes. So, Yes.
Wow.
And growing, of course.
Wow.
So what I've done is I've put together a program for travel entrepreneurs. So these are new people in the industry, no experience necessary. I am mentoring and leading. I have stopped working with clients myself, except my hosted groups that I still do.
Yeah.
But the idea really is to bring new, amazing people into this industry that has been so amazing for me and enriched my life so much. So basically, I've put a program together. I've been doing quarterly information nights and just letting people know the opportunity to come and work under Marlin Travel in Brantford, under my mentorship and training. And so we're seeing amazing success from new people that are just passionate about travel and have always been interested in it.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited. I have definitely found my new passion in leading a team and just creating a community of people that can lean on each other and grow in this business together. So I'm so excited about it. So
I guess so. Isn't that amazing when you actually what's coming to my mind and is like you finally gave in to your intuitive side and said, okay, let's explore this.
Yes.
And now look, it's 8 months. Okay. 8 months and having a team already built of 25 plus. That's incredible. And I remember reaching out to you and I'm like, I need to do that. Like I feel it in me. Yes. And I explained why I didn't take that step, but it's like that niggle inside of me that I know that one day I will be saying, okay, I am ready to become a travel entrepreneur under your mentorship, because I know what I feel, and I can only imagine how big it felt for you inside.
Yeah, it's been incredible. I can't explain it. It's just
that's intuitive. That is how intuition works. I can't explain it. I did it. It's amazing. It's working, but I cannot explain it.
You've got it. It's so hard because people are like, how did you do it? And I'm like, you know what? The biggest thing I would say, and this would be, great advice that I could give for anyone out there, because someone said this to me and I was like, what? And they just said, start before you're ready. And I know you hear that often in podcasts and things. And I thought, I can't put this out there. I'm not prepared yet. I have to do this and get this perfect. And no, just do it. So I literally just had my first info night. I wasn't very prepared, but I signed, everyone that came that night signed a contract with me because they felt my passion. So that's when I knew what I was doing was what I was called to do. So so after 36 years, now I'm building a team and I'm really finding that time and lifestyle freedom that I've longed for so long. It's finally coming to fruition. So it just, it's all coming together. And I'm so proud of these new agents. They're doing a remarkable job learning and getting out there. And I'm just, it just lights me up.
Oh, well, as you're speaking, I actually can feel spirit giving me a download for you. And that it's like you are in front of more than 25. It's like you've doubled it into the 50, 55 mark. And I believe it's going to be coming within the 12-month period that this is going to, not 12 months from today. I mean, 12 months total. And it's going to be something that you are teaching people how to almost elevate their experience, elevate their travel, not only knowledge, but their desire for more luxurious and more up-leveling experiences, because it's like you're the experience maker. This is really coming to me. Like I feel so, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I feel this vibration going out, and it's like you are teaching people and giving people the opportunity to experience things in such a way that they would never be able to do it otherwise.
Well, I have goosebumps.
Wow. Good.
So thank you for that. I appreciate that. That
Woo!
is like
Thank
major
you.
love and support coming through there. And I really,
Yeah.
I just living my best life, sharing this with others. So that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And oh my gosh. Woo! I got to take my sweater off. I'm sweating here.
Oh, I do have that effect on people sometimes.
That is amazing. Okay. So I just kind of spilled the beans on that one day I will be under your umbrella.
Yay.
My listeners are probably either going to go, okay, Rhonda, you do need to jump now, or, oh my gosh, do you ever stop? But the answer to that is no. When I'm passionate and I feel that spirit is nudging me, I use my intuitive side and I go and I do things. And I love that you did that as well, because it's something
a long time, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's easy to say, go with your gut, go with your gut. I've always told myself that. I tell my kids to always trust their intuition.
Mm-hmm.
But now just seeing the results of actually doing that, it's led me to trust it even more, right? When it comes up, I'm like, oh, my gut's telling me this, go with that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's been a really great learning experience for sure.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. Can you tell my listeners where they can find you? I know it's going to be in the show notes. If you could tell the listeners where they can find you on socials, and if you have any words of wisdom or some little nugget that you can give my listeners to ponder, I would love that.
Absolutely. So again, my name is Denise Luciani. Marlin Travel in Brantford is located at 241 Dunstan Street. We do have a brick and mortar location, which I think is really important because people still want to have that experience face to face. Marlin Travel Brantford on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us as well. I'm always posting fun, inspirational travel ideas. So that's great. And I mean, maybe a little tip I could give everyone if you're thinking of traveling is travel has changed so much and the demand is so high. Make sure you're booking as early as possible. I have a big trip to Italy I just put together for 2025 next October, and I just sold it out. So people are booking far, far in advance. So please don't leave things. Go ahead and book early. That would be my best tip right now. And as far as life goes, just keep listening to Rhonda's podcast. It's amazing. And just be grateful and take adventures and love life.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you, Denise, for being part of my podcast. Thank you. Now I'm going to go sulk because you just announced that Italy has been booked, but there's always another time to come around and do it.
That's right.
So thank you again for being part of this. And I cannot wait to watch your travel group expand.
Thank you so much, Rhonda.